Dogs that bark. Dogs that bark at convalescing saints. Dogs that bark at children praying. Dogs that bark at trains passing yesterday. Dogs that bark at dreams I didn't have. Dogs that bark at foreign dignitaries. Dogs that bark at my hallucinations. Dogs that bark at somnambulistic marionettes. Dogs that bark at political ghosts. Dogs that bark at pony rides. Dogs that bark at comprehensive collections. Dogs that bark at worried sailors. Dogs that bark at historical dioramas. Dogs that bark at dog men and their mean women. Dogs that bark at, but then stop, confused. Dogs that bark at cavernous big box stores. Dogs that bark at Charles Manson. Dogs that bark at declarations of war. Dogs that bark at religious leaders. Dogs that bark at dogs that bark. Dogs that bark at glasses of water. Dogs that bark at abandoned prisons. Dogs that bark at circling planes overhead. Dogs that bark at you-know-what. Dogs that bark at potatoes. Dogs that bark at leprechauns.